Hello again, and if you're actually still watching, then definitely thank you for hanging in there. Next up we have the Supporting Actor Award, and this is also one that it may be a foregone conclusion, but it may not, especially since I don't go with the consensus on this category. Supporting Actor, for at least as long as Precious has been a shoo-in for a Supporting Actress nomination, Supporting Actor has been getting buzz for Inglourious Basterds for Christoph Waltz, the Austrian actor who played the quadrilingual Jew hunter, the Nazi Colonel Hans Landa. It's a very nasty role. He's definitely a villain. Just this side of cartoonish, and that's the main reason I'm not as on board as everybody about this role. But given the movie, yeah, some element of over-the-top acting is part of the movie. He reins it in, though, and brings it on home as one of the better villains in recent history. My pick currently is Jackie Earle Haley for Watchmen. The one award where Watchmen easily deserves the nomination. Haley was a child star who disappeared for many years. And then he came back in a big way, ironically enough, as a child molester. In Little Children in 2006, got an Oscar nomination for it. He was incredible in that movie. He's every bit as good in Watchmen as the psychotic vigilante Rorschach, who is one of the most intriguing ideas for a quote hero, I have to put the quotes up, that I have ever seen. I wish I'd come up with that idea. The trench-coated vigilante with a Rorschach symbol on his face, which in the movie is ever-changing to show that, people see what they want to see in those things. Great idea, great concept, and he makes the character much better than the movie, even though Watchmen was a good movie. I'll also give nod to Alfred Molina for An Education as the concerned father of a precocious schoolgirl. He gives one of his best performances, and I've said for a while that Molina is an underrated actor. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination for Frida, and he has put in some solid work, in not the least of which his performance in Spider-Man 2. I mean, he was great as Dr. Octopus, but in his more serious roles, he's great. And he has gotten some late season buzz for An Education. I hope he finally gets the Oscar nod he's been waiting for. Another great character actor, Stanley Tucci. I'm going to have to change my picks for this because Oscar rules do not allow double nominations in the same category. But the simple fact of the matter is, in both Julie and Julia and The Lovely Bones, Tucci put in one of the best performances he's ever had. The fact that the two characters were different is night and day. The creepy next-door neighbor who has killed and will kill again, and we'll leave it at that, in The Lovely Bones, versus one of the most supportive husbands I've ever seen in a movie, in Julie and Julia. I mean, he showed some range this year. I am all about Tucci getting a first Oscar nomination. I wouldn't be disappointed if he wins. I think it should go to his role in Julie and Julia. It will go to his role in The Lovely Bones, but he probably will get nominated for one of the two. Beyond that, Jim Broadbent in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince actually got enough screen time for a full-on supporting category. As Horace Slughorn, the sniveling, cowardly former Slytherin headmaster, basically coerced, tricked, if you will, by Dumbledore into coming back to Hogwarts, Broadbent gave a great role to a relatively uninteresting character. Did a great job, and not quite spot on Oscar perfect, but he definitely deserves props and should be talked about more than he has been. This is one of the tricky ones. Alan Rickman for Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Severus Snape is the role that Rickman was born to play. He is perfectly cast, and one of the biggest crimes in the Potter series is the fact that Snape, a big character in all 7 books, is practically shoved to the side in most of the movies. I believe it was the 4th movie that he has maybe 5 lines of dialogue in the whole friggin' movie. This one, he had to come back to center stage. They gave him enough time that he might actually be a supporting actor. But it's stretching it. But he is so perfect for the role, and he did better than he has yet, that I want to give him that nomination. It's just not enough screen time. But anyway, back to the supportive husband thing. A criminally underrated actor is Tim McGraw. I have to say, McGraw is a heck of an actor. He has a career ahead of him for many years to come. He could be even better than Chris Christopherson in that respect. The way he's going, he might be the next Willie Nelson. I have to say, Willie's a great actor too. But with singers who try to be actors, they never get the respect, you know? And in The Blind Side, McGraw played beautifully off of Bullock. He was the supportive husband for a very, 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 very headstrong woman and did a great job. So I'm going to definitely give him props for that. Burghart Klausner, I guess I'm saying that right, Klausner, as the priest in Das Weiße Band, and the father of the 2 chief troublemakers of the children, gave a very nuanced performance, and I have to say it was one of the best things in the movie. I give him props. Matt Damon in Invictus, overrated for that particular role, but it's time Damon's getting some Oscar buzz. It really is. Jeff Bridges was great resurrecting the dude Lebowski in The Men Who Stare at Goats. It wasn't the dude, but it was the dude. You know, it was great seeing him come back. Peter Sarsgaard was excellent in Education. Mark Wahlberg, solid in The Lovely Bones. Brian Geraghty, very good, solid in The Hurt Locker. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was a hoot as the comedian in Watchmen, who actually is not that funny a character, but did a great job. Jose Luis Gomez as the elder financier, if you will, of Penelope Cruz in Los Abrazos Rotos. Contrary to what some would say, Michael Gambon, I think, is solid in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Jonah Hill, excellent. Oh, I skipped ahead a couple. The remaining solid ones. Chris Messina for Julie and Julia. James Gandolfini, some of the best voice work of the year for Where the Wild Things Are. Others I just want to shout out to Christian Bale for Public Enemies. Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy also was underused in this Half-Blood Prince. He should have been one of the stars of the movie. I think he had enough screen time for supporting actor. It's hard to say. He did do a far better job than I expected, and I give him props. Easily, the best thing about the horrible misfire that was X-Men Origins Wolverine was Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth. Inspired casting. They messed it up, but it was inspired casting. And I don't have time to mention the others, so I'll come back.